Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am back to record this intro for the second time because I realized about halfway through that I didn't push the record button because I'm a big dummy. Don't do that if you're ever recording videos. Make sure you're actually recording. It's important. Hi, welcome everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a good day. I am. I just ate a big ass Chipotle rub pork chop and it was actually delicious. I've been eating real meals for breakfast and it's maybe not the best idea, but I like it. So, last time on Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, we met Weather Report. He's a weird boy with hat hair, which is already a win in my book. Little weird horn things. He doesn't talk much. He gets up really close to you and talks real quietly and has a weird habit of breathing on you warmly, I guess. I can't tell if he's flirting with Jolene or if we're trying to make like a romance thing happen. That seems weird for a Rocky, but I'm not opposed to it, honestly. If it's Weather, yeah, go for it. Let's go. We then, over the course of some things, made a call to the Speedwagon Foundation, letting them know that we have one of the two discs that may or may not revive Jojo on its own. Over the course of doing so, we are given an Operation Savage Garden, in which we have to make our way to the courtyard in no time flat, very, very quickly across the entirety of the prison. And over the course of doing so, we discover that we are being watched and indeed perhaps hunted by Lang Wrangler, which is a name that I missed, and his stand Jumpin' Jack Flash. See, I think I saw Jumpin' Jack Flash, and I thought, that's the name for the whole thing. That's the name for this weird guy with the boots around his ankles and the jumping around stuff and the weirdness. But no, his name is Lang Wrangler, and his stand's name is Jumpin' Jack Flash. Cool. In any case, we chase the guy for a while, we get spit on, and that causes everything that Jolene to touch to float up into the air as though it has zero gravity, which is weird and I guess scary, but I'm not sure entirely why. But weird. And then Weather Report zooms us Indiana Jones style through a rapidly closing door, leaving us in a big warehouse or, I don't know, some big location, and we don't know where Jumpin' Jack Flash is or Lang Wrangler, his handler. So we got a goal. We got an obstacle. We don't know exactly where the obstacle is, but we're on our way toward the goal, and the obstacle is going to get in the way of our goal. So we're probably going to have to punch the fuck out of the obstacle. That's what I'm here for. That's what you're here for. Jojo's baby. I do want to shout out a couple of comments, so we'll move away from the actual content and toward the comments, and then back, and then we'll just move it around. Okay, cool. I will throw out. I really like this comment from the one and only Lego Alex. Alex, the one and only, wrote, this arc just showcases what is one of Araki's biggest strengths in JoJo IMO, and that being stand fights, where the stands per se aren't even the main focus of the battle, but instead it's all about the setup of an interesting situation in a game of sorts, and only then do you add the danger of stands to it. These stand encounters just make the most mundane concepts or events in our lives into a Death Note-style battle of wits, which is peak JoJo. I mean, Old Darby encounter in Part 3 is easily top 10 fights in the series for me, and personally I'm happy to see how as time went on these battles became more frequent in later parts, but no spoilers from me here. First off, thanks for not spoiling me, Alex. I appreciate that. Second, I really like the way that you phrase a lot of the stuff in this comment. Maybe it's like just trying to not be confrontational, but there are multiple places where you've got one of Araki's biggest strengths in JoJo IMO, blah blah blah, and then these stands encounters just make them into blah 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 blah. It's easily top fights in the series for me, and personally I'm happy. I like the way that you're phrasing those. There's a bit of a qualifier there where you're like, these aren't necessarily objectively amazing and people might have different opinions on them, but I like them, and I like that kind of phrasing on stuff, so that's cool. I also happen to agree with you on every point that you've made, so good stuff. Also, Alex goes on to mention the Gutto, with the Darby callback, and so does NRG Spoon, who also wrote, it became a much more obvious Darby callback once she started asserting Gutto at every deal that was just made, just as the Darby brothers once did. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I didn't catch that because I'm dumb. Wonderful. And there was one other comment that I wanted to look at. I forget what it was. Oh yeah, Yagi D. Hoshi catches that the sometimes CG, sometimes feral boy JJF. Wait. No. Jumping Jack Flash is the stand. We're talking about Lang Wrangler. Has Legoshi Beastar's voice. I didn't notice that, but you did, and that's cool. Also interesting to note that Jolene only refers to the dude as the guy who has a weird way of running, and nothing about his bonkers frog roach appearance. Okay, so I love that you bring this up because it makes me think of all of the favorite things that I have about all of JoJo's, which is that, like, always when there's a stand thing, you're like, who in this giant crowd of people could possibly be the stand user? Could it be that guy over there in the pink tank top with spiky hair and nuts and bolts sticking out of his nipples? No, 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 no. It's probably that child over there. Nope, it's the pink hair or the pink tank top spike nipple guy. That's the guy. That's the one. But like still, even then, all of the characters in JoJo's will refer to each other or whatever, not really by what they're wearing or anything, but by like other traits. You know, you don't call Fugo the dude who's wearing Swiss cheese. You call him Fugo. You don't call any of these characters by that stuff. And that just makes me think that like all of the characters in Araki's work are like color and appearance blind. They just judge everybody else based on their actions and not on their appearance at all. And I like that idea. I find it very funny. But I just wanted to shout that out because I thought it was a cool comment. It made me think of a funny thing about JoJo's, which seems relatively true sometimes, kind of. Cool. I think that's about it for comments that I want to go through. I want to move along and ahead. Onward into the future of JoJo's, episode 11. I don't know what's going to happen next. But we're in a room, and there's probably a bad guy in the room, and we got to get past through him to get to the place where we're going to save the guy, because we got to save the guy for reasons, and so that's probably what we're going to do. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. Thanks for joining me on this little journey. Let's get to it. So, I've got episode 11 of JoJo's ready to go. I'm still using the Anime Chaps subs because they're good, and the only comments that I've gotten on them so far are people being like, these subs are pretty good. Where'd you get these? So I did it good. Good job, Anime Chat. Thank you for your subs and for all of the work that you've put into them. They're greatly appreciated. You can pick these up on Nya if you'd like to, or you can just go and watch the picture-in-picture version, which will be available, linked in the description. It'll have the video in it, and you can go and watch that, and then come back here for the discussion if you want to. Cool? Cool. Also, if you want early access to any of my videos, including the next one in the JoJo's series, that will be up on the Patreon, which you can also find linked in the description. So check that out if you'd like to. It's literally the only way that I make enough money to survive and continue doing this. So if you want to have me continue doing this and continue to be a healthy, happy boy who makes videos, hopefully good videos, they're only $1. It helps a lot. Thanks. If you can't or don't want to do that, likes, comments, and subscribes always work. They're always a good form of currency in the YouTube climate. But throwing those out really does help the videos get out to more people, and that's always good to get more engagement and more people and more views, and that it all spirals, and it's all good. Anyway, I think that's my whole shtick. There will be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, beep beep timer. Let's get into it. Boom. Okay. I was about to say, I'm expecting recap into same situation as before. That's it. I don't expect anything else. That's it. Hey, what's up, Wither? Hell yeah, he can. He's fucking sick. Look at that jawline. Look at that jawline. Look at those steely blue eyes. Hell yeah. Let's go, Wither. Zoom. Is it like it's gotta be like the folds of her jacket. It's just like a weird scene. When they're flying together, it really looks like Jolene's nipples are visible, you know? I'm not trying to make a thing out of it. It's not sexualized at all. I think it's just the way that her jacket folds, but it makes her chest look very pointy, you know? Like, it's weird. I wonder how that looks in the manga. That's one of the first things that I've been like, I really wonder how that specifically looks in the manga. We'll get there. We'll get there. If you haven't guessed, I'm delaying the manga reactions that I have something part 5 related until there's more part 5. Sorry if you've been waiting for them, but that's my plan now. I think I'm just gonna turn up my volume. No, I'm gonna turn up all the volume. I want to hear this shit. Let's go. Beautiful. Where are we? Wait, we're in like a security room. Yeah, that's him. The factory. I thought it was like a workplace or something. Sure, sure. Such a nice guy. What a pose. Oh yeah, nobody would choose to escape from the courtyard. Ha ha ha, for sure, for sure. But why did you come here? Nani? Nandayo? Nanika? Hi? Hmm? Ah, wow. What a way, showing that he's putting it all together. Interesting. So that's how he gathers a lot of information, huh? Sure, of course, father. No problem. Why would we suspect you, man of the cloth? I feel so different now. No, I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding. I feel like I'm floating since you've touched me. Ooh, that's weird. Ooh, ooh, we getting spicy. It's getting hot in here. So take off. Sorry. God, Jolene's shoulders are so fucking jacked. So fucking jacked. I'm pissed at that. Uh-oh. You have to pee. God fucking damn it, Jolene. It's not a time to get horny. Stop it. Sure, 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 sure. Pussy. Sorry, I'm kidding. Yes, I do know the thing you're talking about. Oh god. Yeah, just go, dude. It's no problem, right? It's a little bit of a problem. What? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You look bloated. So you gotta piss it out. Wait, what? That doesn't feel right. But that's okay. I'm fine with it. It's still rad as hell. Giving me sick ass exposition about why you have to piss right now. Whoa. You're gonna do what? I can wipe myself, dude. Ew. Oh. Weather, stop sucking all my blood out. Oh, my nose too. Nope. Nope, this is something else. Oh, God. That's some Symphogear shit. What the fuck? This escalated so quickly. Nani? Ow. Ow. More blood. What? The whole room? The whole room? Wait, yes, it can. Then, no, 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 no. That's so sick. Blood loss. Oh, yeah, that would be bad. See, both of these have to do with a vacuum, not with zero gravity. Yes, this is true. Right? Yeah, you're fucked. But you're not in a vacuum. You're just in zero gravity. It doesn't... Try more stuff. That's not gonna hold. Alright, dude. That's a lot of blood. Whoa! Yeah. Weather report can stop air. Right? Oh, did you just humidify your face? Nice. Gave you a little bubble. Little breathable bubble. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, now he's back. Hello, Lang Wrangler. Hide, weather, hide. Oh, that's cool. We get a POV through the bubble. Oh, that's so sick. He made them spacesuits? Yes. Oh, I'm so into that. Yeah, deep pressure. I'm pressurized. I'm fine. Minutes? Minutes. That's super sick. We die. Okay. Still think there's a mechanical leap there, but I'm down. I'm fine with jumping over it. Right. We're against a wall. We gotta move ourselves. Nani? Let Jolene say her piece, dude. Oh. Oh. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So maybe there's someone in there? Nah, he doesn't give a fuck. He just doesn't give a fuck. Or is it magic? Oh. Oh. Wow, it's got their symbols on the front. Weather report's an artist. Okay. Oh, okay. What about you? Fair enough. Uh-oh. What just caused that? What? So sick. That's so cool. Reminds me of Bruno. Zip. Later weather, also thick. No! Nuts and bolts! No, weather! Well, we're gonna try. Okay, CG ropes. Of course you will. Nice mid-roll. What are you showing me? What are you showing me? What are you showing me? Weather report! Ooh, that's a badass, badass little power chart. That's a lot of high-tier power. Hoo-yah! Sick. Super sick. Yeah. I don't like the way he moves. He does have a limit, though. He had to reload before. Go, weather, go! No, don't shoot the barrels. Oh, extendo! Rocket punchy! Sick. Huh? Hey? Uh-oh, I don't trust that. Uh-oh. What's in the barrel? Is it gasoline? Oh. Explodey. Pow. Wouldn't it be an immediate, like, explosive decompression of the barrel? It doesn't matter. Ha 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 ha. Just want to glue like toothpicks to my eyes and pretend to be Jumpin' Jack Flash. Okay, what are we gonna do? Oh, he's bubbling. He's burbling. What are you gonna do, Jolene? Chop, chop? You gonna stick them together? Share air? She's a Jojo, dude. Oh. Oh, that's double triple sick. Fuck. Fuck, what's your plan? Just punch it. Okay. She is a Jojo. Yes, very powerful. Yes, indeed. Oh? Oh. Oh. What are they? Ew. What? Oh, they're exploding. Gross. Okay. Oh, there's the refill. That's not good. Yeah, this seems bad. I hope you've got another plan, Cujo Jolene, because it looks like you just died. Well, except... Mirror? Magic? I don't know how she's gonna deal with this. Uh-huh. 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 It's Legoshi. Nah. My guy, you cocky as fuck. Oh, what's this weird string? Nani? Bro. Bro. I think I've got you. Hi, come into my realm now. Wow, that looks great. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. Sure. Will he, though, or will he just die? Oh, a bottle? Oh, I didn't want to know that. Nice. Sorry? Fuck. Oh, he's still going. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? What's in there? Oh, fucking hell, dude. I'm gonna try to explode a bomb. Weather report! Weather report! Weather report! That's bad. That's bad. Okay. The suit crashes and destroys. You're pretty wounded yourself, dude. Oh, thanks, Weather. Appreciate it. Oh, is he giving her his clouds? No, Weather. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Your beautiful face will be fine, Weather. No. Selflessness? Yeah, what are you gonna do? But you'll be saving them too. That's all we've been waiting for. Pop. Okay, that looked cool as hell. Oof. Waiting for it too. Hey, buddy. She gave you the shot. Not anymore. Wow, what a glow. Oh, you're like one of those bouncy, punchy things. Yeah. It's a pretty juicy ora. Good job, Jolene. Yeah, take him out with the laundry. He dirty. Nice catchy. And the courtyard awaits. You gotta get to the courtyard, though. And does Poochie have enough time? Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds too perfect to be true. Okay, one more obstacle. How? Oh. Sweet. That seems like it could go well or not. Worth it. Dope as hell. Let's go, Jolene. Hey, when it's badass, what can I say except that's badass? Right? Who's there? Father? Yeah, for sure. Is that him? Oh my god, what? You're just face to face? It's much worse than that. Oh, dude, he's gonna track every bit of blood in there instantly. Hi, Jolene. What's up? They don't even really know about each other. Not really. Oh! Oh, that's so fucking hype. What the shit? Dude, I feel like we just walked into the Pillarmen room, you know? Like... Ooh! Ooh, groovy. Sorry, that sounded like Austin Powers, and I hate that. I hate it. Wow! I didn't expect that at all. I'm so excited. What an insane choice, Araki. How? What? Whoa. Oh, and that's it. It just hard ended. Cool. Give me a sec. I gotta pull it back up. Boom. Bang. Pow, 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 pow. Wonderful, and we're back. Okay. I love that ending to the episode. That's so freaking hype to me. It also looks really cool, the pose that Jolene goes into here at the very end as we pan through and we see all of this. Oh, it's so sick. It's so interesting. And then there's this look in Poochie's eyes where he's like shocked to see her. This is surprising on both sides, but I can really imagine this and like all the way that this line art looks as an actual Araki frame. Poochie coming around this corner, less artifacting, obviously. What? How? What? Next? How? I don't know. I don't know. It's a really cool ending to this episode. It's a really cool plot point to hit. I did not expect that our characters would come to face to face like this. There was just no chance. Absolutely no way in my mind, right? And I've said this before. I'm like, okay, so Poochie's going to be behind the scenes throwing stand users at us for the next, I don't know, like a while. Nope. We're ending off the cour with revealing who the puppet master is. Potentially, we might even get to talk. Will he try to convince Jolene of his goals? That's what I would love here. Now, I don't know that it's going to happen, but what if, now this is crazy, but what if whatever he's up to, he believes in so wholeheartedly that he'll try to convince her to join him? And what if he's got a good case to make? It could be really interesting. It could work. I mean, not actually work, but I mean, it could work narratively. I'd be very, very interested to see that. I don't know if it's how Araki's going to go about this, because I don't know what Araki's going to do about this, because this is a really unique, really cool situation, and I like it a lot. Okay, let's talk about the episode as a whole, because the majority of this episode is that fight with Jumpin' Jack Flash, and the Poochie stuff is just this little bit of neato background stuff. So getting to see from the other side what the guards are doing and how they're looking at everything and all the information that they have on the inmates, I think is really neat. Also, there's something about the way that Poochie poses with his elbow, like, obviously uncomfortably on this thing with the, like, that. It's weird. It's really weird. He's a weird dude. And that's good. That makes him a good boss guy. I don't know what his deal is, and that's good. Okay, but he has a thought, and we get this little moment. I really like this moment. Again, I can also imagine how it would look in a manga, right? But we see all of these different bits of information, all with the go over top, but all these different bits of information, and we know already what the result is, what the conclusion that Poochie will draw will be, because it will be the right one. So what we get to see is from disparate, almost disconnected pieces of evidence, this guy proves that he is a potentially genius-level intellect because he puts it all together and realizes somebody made a call at the Speedwagon Foundation only a few minutes ago, and now things have gotten weird. I want the context of that call. I want all the information on it. And what he says is, I'll ask you for the usual. Like, he's got his fingers in every pie. He's got the ability to listen into anything, to find out whatever information he wants in this prison. He's king here, practically, or at least father. Oh, how cool. How cool. How creepy. How scary. How terrifying. We got this asymmetric, like, information on the sides of the combat, right? Poochie can know whatever he wants about Jolene. Jolene knows nothing about Poochie except what he maybe will tell her next episode, and not even that, right? Oh, it's so pleasant. It's so interesting. I like it a lot. Okay, so now we get ourselves a weightless fight. There are parts of this that are very cool. She takes off her clothes. Again, I'm jealous of her shoulder definition. It's something that I struggle with in lifting and stuff. God damn it, Jolene. I'm jelly. But she has to pee. So, again, I think this brings us back to the same kind of a sequence with Jolene as we had in the very, very introductory sequence, where we kind of expect a certain level of, I don't know, adulthood, or, like, we're strong characters from Jojo's characters. And Araki always has a very good way of, like, lulling us into that false sense of, yes, everybody's so badass, and then they have to pee sometimes, right? Like, manga characters don't have to pee. Jolene has to pee. It's a crucial moment, and she has to take a piss really bad. And it's doubly, triply worse because she's a girl and there's a guy here, and that's weird. That's cool. That's really cool. It kind of reminds me of some of, like, the goofy shenanigans that happen in part 3, you know, where, like, magnet pelvis, and we get some of our characters stuck together, and it's like, oh, that's very silly and goofy, har har. But this is a little bit even more relatable and, like, realistic, right? I like this a lot. It's like, there's I hate to bring out D&D here, but I'm going to. There's a portion in Critical Role, most recent campaign, where one of the characters is like, nobody ever talks about people having to go take a piss. And then he immediately, like, stops their cart and is like, I need to go take a piss. And he does. And they get attacked by goblins, because that's what happens when you take a piss out in the wilderness in D&D land, right? But it's the same kind of idea where, like, yeah, we usually ignore these parts about these people, these characters, but they're people, and so maybe we shouldn't ignore those things, because they might put them into a really difficult circumstance, like this one. And it's very funny. And again, I wonder if there's a romance angle in a weird way of, like, Weather doesn't give a fuck about that shit. He doesn't care. You guys can hang out. And that would be cool. I'm still down for shipping it. He's also weird as fuck and has already peed. Also, while the moon face thing might be true, I don't know if the intense, like, need to urinate makes any sense at all, but somebody who has a better understanding of, like, the physiology of human bodies once we go into space might be able to inform me on that. I don't feel like looking it up right now. So, if you know a lot about people going into space, or whether they have to pee a lot immediately in order to reduce the amount of blood in their body, which seems like not a thing that your body would want, just to me, off the top of my head, let me know. I'd love to know about the actual science behind this not very scientific thing that's occurring, because it's just the first of things that I think are a little bit off about Araki's science and physics here. First, we start with biology. The kidney automatically works harder to reduce the amount of blood. Doesn't seem right to me. Triggers an acute diuretic effect. Possible, but probably not related to that circumstance. But that's okay. And guess what? He's going to give you a gentle wipe with the absolute most decadent toilet paper you've ever had, in the form of literal clouds that will whisk away your pee droplets. Weird, creepy, and hot all together. Good stuff, Weather Report. Continuing on the trend of being inscrutable and strange. Fuck yeah, Araki, let's go. Yeah, I don't know what are these droplets they're leaking out of your cloud is, and then blood starts to flow as well. So we hard pivot from a almost humorous, a little bit body horror-ish sort of scene that's, like, dealing with, like, taboos and stuff, into, wait, why is there blood here? That's not wrong. You shouldn't be peeing that out. Oh, it's not coming from your pee place. It's coming from elsewhere. It's coming from everywhere else. You're literally bleeding out into the air. And then we turn over to Weather, and he's full Tsubasa-ing. For those who haven't seen Symphogear, watch Symphogear. For those who have seen Symphogear, you know what I'm talking about. Full Tsubasa-ing. Blood everywhere. So much blood. Blah. Blah. Splat. This is bad. This is a crazy situation. But the reasons behind this crazy situation don't make sense to me. And I don't even know if I want to necessarily try to dive into why this is the case. Because again, I don't have a degree in physics. I'm relatively confident with basic physics, usually. So if I'm totally overlooking something and just missing what Araki's point is, let me know. But I feel like there's a problem here, and it's that we're conflating zero gravity with a lack of oxygen, right? The problem is that both of those happen when you're up in space. a lack of any oxygen or air at all, a vacuum, being in a vacuum, will cause your skin to explode and your eyes to pop and your blood to boil and all sorts of bad things to happen to you. Being just in zero gravity is kind of okay. It's kind of like floating in water, except more, and it's not water, and it's not that the buoyancy of the material the substrate that you're in is what's causing you to be able to float. It's that there's no gravity, right? That's zero gravity. We all understand this. So Jolene making the room unaffected by gravity wouldn't make it unaffected by, like, balanced pressures, right? Like, there's no reason that the air in the room would leave the room, correct? Correct. 100%, no chance, no way. We are told that Jumpin' Jack Flash's thing is to do with gravity. Zero gravity. And then we conflate that with it dealing with no air, which is a different thing, which is vacuum. If Lang Wrangler's abilities or Jumpin' Jack Flash's abilities, whichever one, I'm not entirely sure which one was doing what, because I thought it was Lang Wrangler's spit that caused this issue, but then Jumpin' Jack Flash has his own powers, and his powers are mostly shoot stuff with guns that shoot nuts and bolts. I don't really know. But it seems to me like we're conflating these two ideas and just using one as shorthand for the other, and that's fine. And I'm okay with leaving it there and just being like, that's cool. It's still a cool use of a power if we just assume that Lang Wrangler is able to cause both effects, just make the place feel like space and make it a zero G and a vacuum, then there's no problem here. None. Zero. I got no issue. In fact, it also it makes everything else in the episode cool, and I think everything else in the episode is cool. It's just that it's all centered around this one idea, which is that because she got spat on by Lang Wrangler, everything that she touches goes into zero gravity, but then she touches the whole room, and so it goes into zero gravity, and then because the room itself doesn't have any gravity, it can't hold air in it, which doesn't make sense. It doesn't matter the gravity affecting the room around the place, it matters that the air is held inside. There's no reason that the air would be pushed outside. There's no differential in pressure that would cause that, right? Yeah, no, it just doesn't make sense. That's fine. That's cool. I think Araki did a not science super well, and that's okay, because it's still a cool effect and a cool idea. Okay, so yes, the blood in our bodies will boil, and that's bad. Right, in a zero-gravity vacuum, people's blood will dry up in 20 seconds. Fair. I will submit to that as a reasonable thesis statement, because it makes sense. We're going to fucking explode, and also we're getting shot at. So Jolene punches a bunch of stuff, which gets her cut up a bunch more, which means she's going to explode more, and that's bad. Saved once again by Dat Boy, in a very, like... Again, this is sensual. This is like, ooh, they are close together right now. He's like breathing on her neck. This is kind of, Rocky. All right. And then gas masks her and gives her a fucking dope-ass spacesuit. I love that we get to see it from the POV inside first before we see it from the outside, realize the entirety of what Weather Report has just constructed. Literal spacesuits made out of clouds. Because it's really cool, and I like it, and it's just a cool idea, and it works really well. I like the look of it, I like the idea behind it, I like Weather Report continuing to show that he's got probably the coolest power in the series so far, and is really fucking neat, and also creative with it. All of these things, good things. In fact, all very good things. Okay, how long can we keep breathing? Not that long. That's bad. Okay, but there's maybe a barrier, and so we're gonna run for it. So, plans within plans, games within games. We play everything out, and go, Weather Report. You must go. And, of course, it doesn't work out quite that easily because the bad guy's there. Also, this like, mid-roll of Weather Report itself. First off, the stand looks sick. Second off, damn, look at that power. Ultra durable, very powerful, pretty damn fast, very high potential. Not super precise, not ultra long range, but good enough. AAA, triple A, 1E in precision, a C in range, and a B in speed. That's a strong fucking stand. It also, like, there are the intangibles, the unquantifiables, like, well, I guess you can just make a spacesuit for yourself and your friend out of it and survive in a full vacuum. That's not something that most stands are just capable of doing. It's fucking sick. I think there have only been a couple of full wearable stands, and now this one adds itself to the category, kind of, in a weird, like, halfway sort of way. It's rad. Also, as an overall note, I think that the use of speed lines throughout this episode looks really good. There's a lot of momentum going on, a lot of like chasing and moving around and stuff, and for these big scenes where he's like shooting stuff or whatever, they work really good to make us feel like we're moving places. It's great. Also, I didn't find myself bothered too much by the CG blending. Only in the very last scene where he sort of implodes on himself did I find it even a little bit irksome, and even then it wasn't too bad. So, shooting stuff, bashing stuff, talking back and forth. My real goal was this. Oh no. Gloat, gloat, gloat. I have won. I have victoried. No, you haven't. You reload your thing. I put my strings in it, and now I beat the shit out of you. That's the basics of the fight, right? There's some crazy shit here, like the rats and all this other stuff. But he fires his guns while yelling about how great he is, and we actually trickety-trapped him because Jolene's a badass. I got no problem with that. That's classic Jojo's logic. You thought you won, and that's how I got you to be dropping your guard and to actually beat the shit out of you. So she pulls him into a different space, and he starts to explode for reasons that are unclear to me. Not 100% sure. I guess she pulled him into the zero-G. That makes sense. Why isn't she exploding? Isn't her suit compromised? Maybe not. I guess Weather Report maybe reformed it around all the nuts and bolts and stuff. See, I can come up with explanations for all this stuff if I want to. I'm just enjoying throwing out the questions and then working backward and being like, yeah, you know what? I guess Araki probably did think of that. That's cool. Most things Araki did think of, and that's really impressive considering how bullshit complicated some of this stuff is. And as has been the theme of our villains for this whole series, we jump back to show that he is totally unsavable, right? Like, there's no redeeming this guy. He's an irredeemable monster who just gets his bloodlust and desire to murder back, and time for us to beat the shit out of him. Good for us, right? So we can pat ourselves on the back and feel good about beating the shit out of him as he chucks a bottle of chemical goop at us and tries to explode it in our face. Fuck yeah. Beat the shit out of him, Jolene, and she done do. I love this. Weather gives her his cloud thing, which is super duper sick, and he starts to explode. No, not Weather. But it's enough time for her to bam, 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 boom, boom, pow, wham, bam, boom, bang, bang, boom, drop him in a laundry hamper, retrieve the disc, and begin heading toward her next destination. A rotating gate just outside this pair of doors. But instead of it being an easily tricked guard who walks up to the door, it is an unknown factor, an unknown force, known only to us as Father Pucci. Ooh! Spicy episode, spicy writing, and a cool goddamn stand fight. Look, what more can I ask for? We got a cool goddamn stand fight. It's neat as hell. Weather Report got to be badass. Jolene got to be badass. The situation was cool. It looked really good. It felt really fun, and I liked the vibe and the whole idea of it. Sick. I got one nitpick with the whole zero gravity equals vacuum thing, because I don't think that's true. But I might be wrong. There might be something that I'm missing here. But I don't think it's true. It just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm okay with it, because it's one of those things where it's like, well, either Araki doesn't care, or he doesn't care, and I don't have to care that much either, because it's fucking cool anyway. So we'll just leave it be and smile and nod and move along moving toward the courtyard, and the fact that motherfucking Poochie's right there. I'll bet you anything that when I do the discussion at the beginning of next week's episode, I'm not even going to mention the whole air pressure thing, and I'm just going to be like, motherfucking Poochie's there. And the reason for that is because what's going to stick in my head from this episode, motherfucking Poochie's right there. He's not even on the other side of the door. The door isn't there. They're face to fucking face. White Snake. Jolene Cujo. Episode 12. The main event of the evening, starting like 24 episodes early. Hell yeah. That's exciting to me. Cool. That's going to be a wrap. I've been Teeaboo. This has been JoJo's Part 6, Episode 12. 12. Next week is 12. I hope you've enjoyed it. I didn't go hyper deep in the discussion because it's stand battle. It does the thing that it does, and then it's done. And there were some cool things to talk about. We talked about them, and it was cool. Good? Good. Looking forward to seeing you next week for whatever the hell happens next week, and for the end of the cour, which will be sad, but also good because we'll move on to other things. Great. See you in a week. Peace.